Today I'm playing a game of 3-Card Monty. I am presenting to you 3 games, all based around cards in some way. Hopefully, you can find the pretty lady. The first game is called Forward. This is less of a card game, mostly aesthetics basically, and more of a roguelite, choose-your-own-path kind of game. It's really good. It's also got really nice artwork and is really simple to get down, but really repetitive to play, like all good roguelites. So yeah, we're starting off on a good foot. We're also really starting off well, but more on getting that golden chest in a second. How you play is very simple. All you need is your mouse and your left click. You hold left click on your character, yay, and drag him to whichever card in front of him you want him to be. Just the front row, not any of the ones behind it, mind you. This character, specifically the headless, I'm going to say he's a Dullahan, but I don't know where his head is, basically, if you know what Dullahans are. He starts off with 15 out of 15 HP, and in his inventory, he starts with an apple that he can somehow eat. That restores your health when changing a level. You'll see that later. And he starts with a map, which is really useful because he reveals the entirety of the level we are about to go on. Now, as you may have noticed before, there are more than just this character's to play as. As you continue on through this game, you'll pick up sometimes gold coins. Those gold coins can then be spent unlocking the other characters, and they do play quite differently, so definitely replayability value here. So let's start playing it then. We definitely want this golden chest first, and in the golden chest we have a couple selections of items. We have some coins, aforementioned. We have monster scales that go in our inventory and give us a buff, and an omelet that also gives us a buff. But wait a minute. This isn't as straightforward as you might think. Okay? Now, obviously, you want the omelet, right? The omelet is really good. It increases our HP. But that means we're only going to be able to land on the Ring of Greed next turn. And the Ring of Greed loses a health when you take a gold card. Now this might sound weird, but that's the mechanics of this game. Because, I'm not going to take any, I'm just going to show you. If we go over to the corner base here, and if there was actually a card in the opposite left-hand slot, we couldn't go there. So you are bound to the corners when you pick a side card. So more in general, you're going to want to pick a middle card to keep going down your path. But that might not always happen. Speaking of which, we're also going to have to go on the side path to get that armor. And as now you can see, we can pick either of these 2 cards to land on, but not the side card. So, yay. Only gripe with this game, only gripe, and it's a very minor one, is to have the highlighted cards a little bit more highlighted. Like an outer ring instead of just the card going a little bit darker. That's the only thing that I would say needs changing. Otherwise, as long as you add more characters, this game is absolutely wonderful. So, we're just going to take that health potion. It's useless. We're going to take this armor. Gives us an armor stat. And then another thing happens. Ooh, more mechanics that I don't let on in the first place. I love it. So, first and foremost, armor is an above health stat that blocks incoming damage. And once your armor's gone, you start taking normal damage. The other thing is that when you land in front of a monster, they will attack you. If you land on the side of a monster, they're not going to attack you, but then you can land on top of them and attack them yourself. And now you've seen the entirety of the game. It's actually really, really good. So let's continue on and see if we can't get to the boss. So obviously we picked up shield. This item, of course, is a rusty shield. It decreases the value of the shields, but it increases their spawn frequency. So this 8-level shield that we see in front of us probably won't be as common. We'll probably see like 2s or 3s. I don't want that either. So we're going to move with the coins and get hit by a bat. Now, when enemies attack you, their space, of course, gets replaced by a card. So sometimes it's more better to land in front of an enemy instead of, you know, taking them out yourself. Of course, there are a few other items that can change the way you play, or even the characters that you play will change the way you play. So that goes there. We'll take the monster egg because I don't want to fight those two. It does no effect. So, yay. We're moving over here to get the health potion, get hit by a a bat, get over this because now it's the boss. Really, really high damaging boss. Luckily, we have enough health to kill it. And because we're now going to be moving on to another level, we'll be restored 10 health. Somehow. Because he doesn't have a head. He just chucks it in the flaming hole and it roasts the apple. Interesting. Enchanted Lands! Here we go. Moving up, we now have back to 15, and we now figure out which way to go. So we're going forward because that jackalope motherfucker is just going to attack us, and he has one. So we're going to also grab that egg. 3 eggs make an omelet. Ooh. That took a while for me to figure out, actually. No lie. Alright, we're not going to attack this 6-level guy. And yes, as you continue on, the game gets harder and harder. Do we want a chest or a shield? I'm gonna risk it for the chest. See what we got in there. Let's see. We got a fossil. Monsters can sometimes attack in groups. Still don't know what that means. Reinforced shield or some health. I'm gonna take the shield because I can, and since we were in a chest, the monster will not attack us directly. I'm gonna take this eye because even though I have the map, reverse that. Because I have the map, I'll know what's ahead of me, but now I don't see what's above that. We'll do it like this. Do that. That's going to attack me there. I'm going to go over to get that. Go up. I'm going to take the 8 shield. Note also that the shields do not stack, they just replace the armor that is on you at that moment. So, good thing to know. And also, ooh. Nope, not gonna do this. Yep, no, I'm not gonna have enough HP. So, oh well. Fight it, die. Bleh. I died. But I unlocked, but I got my score. Is 49, and I got 21 coins, or 21 gold to unlock some other character down the line. But we're not going to do that right now. That's your job. We're going to go on to the next card game. Place your bets, place your bets. We got the second card game right here in front of your eyes. This is Slay Hack, a much more card game than the previous game. It is a deck building game, and while it doesn't have the best aesthetics, I'll admit it's a little plain, it has some weird depth to it. Starting off with our class selection. Who will we want to start the game as? I'm going to say, not credits. Credits isn't a character. I'm gonna say, let's start with an Arcanist. So, this is a little bit complicated, but bear with me, it's worth it. This is a deck building game, and being that I picked the Arcanist to start with, if we click on his deck of 22 cards, we have our deck of 22 cards. Basically, This is our starting mechanics and what we can do, actions we can take, all of which randomly picked like an actual card game would be. To play the game, we are dealt a hand of 6 cards. Here is our hand. We've got a couple fireballs, some conjure food, some tea, and a smoke blast, all of which will be explained later. We also have an inventory. That will also be explained later once we get into picking cards from above us. The first thing we should really keep in mind is the stats on our bottom row. Now, first and foremost, health. We have 10 out of 10. Simple enough. If we run out of health, we die and we lose. The next stat is armor. We have very little armor as an Arcanist. We only have 1 of 1. That will soak up a little bit of damage, but don't count on it. Like, really don't count on it. The next stat is much more very important. It is food. Each turn you take consumes food. You run out of food, you start taking damage. Run out of health and you lose. Simply put, keep your food and health up. And next is coins. Coins are used to, I think, it's not very well explained, but either use cards from your inventory or add cards to your deck. Again, not sure. There's not really a tutorial for this game. I mean, there technically is. You're on. I'm on itch.io. And it's in the description below. But I usually don't look at what's in the description below. I mean, I glance, but I usually try and figure it out myself, because most Flash games you play aren't going to be on, or aren't going to have the instructions down below. So I like to see if it has instructions, are they good instructions? Not good instructions for this game. But that being said, it's not difficult to grab. I mean, I've gone over this. It's basic mechanics, right? So, to further on the basic mechanics, all you need is your mouse and your left click, and to pick a card. Any card. I laugh because that's the title of the video. So, we are given a very random set of face-down cards, and your job is to find the staircase. Can you find the pretty lady? It's all coming together now. And, of course, once you find the staircase, you are able to go down the dungeon. The further you go, the more stuff you get, yada yada yada, exploratory and thusly. But, do you want to go down? I mean, you always want to go down, but do you want to go down in the dungeon? Because there might be some useful stuff you can scrounge about that'll help you later on. So, let's pick a card. We'll pick this middle one. Oh, I just did a mechanic that I did not realize is actually a thing. Okay, so, it turns out, if you click on a card that's higher up on the food chain, say, this 4th card up above. Okay, that didn't answer my... Now I'm very confused. This doesn't happen a lot. Okay. That strangeness aside, let's talk about battle. We're just gonna forget this happened. Just throw it away. Okay, so... now that there are enemies on the board, we have a chance to attack them. Now, with the cards in hand, we have 3 fireballs. The card text for that is deal 4 damage and apply 1 weakened. So, we can take and drag this fireball and slot it right above this guy that has 4 damage on him. Or 4 health on him, more specifically. The red number on the card is the health, and the white card number is the attack value. So, every time you take a turn when there is a monster on the field, it does the attack value to you. Hence, 8 minus the 1 armor, which is 3, which I took a turn before, which showed up the 2 monsters. So that's 2. Then destroyed 1, so that's 1 with the other turn. So that's, math. Math is good. So let's try and figure out how to take care of a 10 health thing. Well, luckily, we have a smoke blast. We are going to apply that to this guy. So now he is vulnerable for 2 turns, which now he takes double damage. Yay! Boom, boom. Taken out thusly. We got some coinage for that, but we took quite a bit of damage. So, what we're going to do is use one of our food items. I'm going to say we're going to drink some tea. So tea, usually pretty much all the red cards, recover food or health or armor. So, we're going to take the tea, we're going to put it in the deck. That's going to give us food. It's going to give us some armor, and didn't really heal us, but that's mostly for what health potions are. Which I will also take a health potion, which actually I should probably have used the health potion then the tea, because now I've just used a turn to do that. Now let's try and figure out how the hell I unlocked 2 people. Maybe it's because it was a center card, and it unlocks down up. So if I choose this card, no. This card? No. I guess maybe because it was just a center surrounded in cards. We'll have to check on later levels. New mechanic, I did not realize. Alright, we'll do that. Half plate. Passive. Gain 5 maximum armor, but lose 5 food maximum. Not gonna keep that, being that I'm a mage. Yay. We're gonna also look at this. Poison all enemies. Ooh, we got a bomber now. 3 damage. Well, luckily I have Fireball. Yay! But that means I'm out of attack cards, and that's not good to start off with. Actually, you know what? Eat that food. We now have that. We're going to do a little bit of meditating, which upgrades our card. So now an upgraded card has a plus sign next to it. So now Poison Blast will deal 3 damage and apply 2 poison to the target. And what's the other one that got upgraded? Is it just the one? Upgrade a random card. Okay. So we will, you know what? We'll do the other meditation. And we've now got a Fireball Plus. So now instead of applying 1 weakened, it'll apply 2 weakened. The weakened status is turn-based. So that's what the number is. 1 turn, 2 turns, yada yada. Alright. Next card. Yay, we found the stairs, but there's 1 card left. Alright, so now that we have pretty much figured out how to get out of this place, let's make a decision. Because we have a couple good apples here. That's a plus 13 apple plus plus. I'm going to take that card, click on it, of course, and it puts it in your inventory. Now, being that this is a deck builder game, I am not good at those, but if you are, you can min-max your deck. So, like I said earlier, we start off with this this hand of cards that are dealt with us. But we can add stuff to it. See, this apple is pretty good. And instead of just using it, let's see, we can right-click it to permanently add it to the deck. And if I'm guessing correctly, it'll cost 2 to do that. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm still learning too. So, coins allow you to add cards into your deck. And now, permanently, we have Apple Plus, which is a good food item, which actually is well needed because we have very little food items in this deck. So, yay. We are also going to take a stake. Just keep it in the inventory. We're not going to use it. Using it, of course, gets rid of the card, doesn't add it to our deck of anything, but, you know, keeping stuff in your inventory for later dates. Simple enough. Down the stairs we go. Now, let's see if we can... Alright, this isn't going to answer my question. Unless I click this card. Nope, it didn't. Well, all for another day, that is. Alright, so 3 damage, 2 Poison Blast plus. Just boom, right off the bat. Kill it. Deal 2 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Alright, so that's a anything on the board kind of thing. Poison Blast, directional, that and that. Alright, next. Ooh, a Bomber. That's 2 damage, that's 2 damage. Deals 5 damage and dies the start of the next turn. So we want to kill that. Boosh. T. And recover 2 armor. Actually, you know what? We're just going to conjure food. Give us a little bit of food. We're going to then meditate. Ooh. What gave us a plus? I don't know what gave us a plus. We're actually, you know what? Let's drink the tea as well. That should be good. So now we've got tea. I'm going to take the tea for later, because it's better to have food rations in your pack. Instead, nothing is 2. I guess we're going to have to fireball that. I'm actually going to discard... No, let me see. Drag the portal to use. Drag cards in your inventory by dragging them here. Oh, okay. You can only discard cards from your inventory. So, yes. Cards in your hand you have to use in order to get rid of. Ooh! I've never seen this before. Midas Necklace. Gain 3 gold when delving deeper to the next dungeon. Does not stack with other necklaces. Alright, so that is a passive item that if you keep in your inventory will give you its buff. So, that's a pretty good buff. I'll take it. T. Now, Golem. Alright, well, this guy can't be poisoned or shocked. Apply 2 vulnerable, though. Can't be poisoned. Alright, well, we're going to... Shocking Knowledge. Oh, it can't be shocked, meaning we can't use that. And... Boom! It can't be poisoned, but anyway. Okay, we're gonna have to meditate on this. What did we just get upgraded? Ooh, Poison Blast. Boom. Got that. How much we got? 5. I'm gonna Smoke Bomb you. To give you a vulnerable. And... Alright, we'll take that. Ooh, I took a lot of damage there. Alright, well, we're gonna eat this steak. Give us our health back. And we're okay on health and everything else. Health potion, yada yada. Eh, the stairs. Do we want to continue? Leather armor, 2 maximum. And maximum... Oh, yeah, no, we're gonna take some leather armor. That is very useful. And you might want the tea. You know what? We're also gonna drink this tea because that'll gain us some armor as well. Ooh. Switch your food and health. I'm gonna take that. Just, you know, anticipate. Gain 1 armor. Not this character. Alright, down we go. We gain some coins. Yada yada. Alright, now we can do this. What if I click the one that's completely covered? It was the stairs. Okay, what did I do to get that? Alright, it doesn't matter. But anyway, you've gotten kind of the... Okay, it's just a... Oh, it's because it was a demonic summoner. Okay, so it awakened cards. Oh, okay. I'll be honest, I did not run into that when testing this game. Did not at all. Alright, let's see if we can kill this thing. Apply 2 vulnerable to all enemies. Well... Oh, I have to use it myself. Pa-pa! Yay! So that kills 2 enemies and takes care of that. So we're just gonna shoot that thing. Shoot that thing. Yay! And I got a fireball. That's kind of my most damaging thing. We're going to meditate. And that's going to up my health potion here. We don't really have any food, but I'm gonna drink this tea then. That's gonna give me food. And you know what? We're gonna activate this. Alchemist Dream. Oh, okay, so it heals me for the sake of... Oh, okay, it's a good thing I got rid of that then. Full plate. No. Green tea. I'm just gonna drink that right now. More goblin stuff. I'm gonna have to fireball it. But yeah, no, you've gotten the gist of this game, I'm assuming. 3, 2, 3, bada boom. Yeah. I really like it. It's not a great looker, but it's got good depth, and the farther and farther I've gotten, it's just been really interesting. Poison Blast, die 1, gain that. I just want to keep playing it, kinda. It's one of these kinds of games that, you know, and there's a whole bunch of other characters to choose from, and they all have different starting decks. So, yeah, no, definitely one to check out. Moving on now to the third and final game. Now, if the previous game, Slay Hack, is a little too much for you in the deck-building, adventure-y type way, we can take it down a notch and finish our little game of Monty with Pawnbarian. This is also deck-building game, but it is based around chess. And I really like that. That's two really interesting... It's two concepts that I didn't think would go together, but it actually really does. So to start off, you are dealt a hand of 4 cards, and we already saw what we had previously in our deck. We have a rook, we have a bishop, we have a knight, and quite a few pawns. And luckily enough, we are dealt 3 pawns and a knight. Well, if you don't know about chess and how their mechanics work, I'm sorry, this game is going to be extremely foreign to you. If you do know, well then here you go. You move, or your character moves, based on the cards you have, which are based on chess pieces, which means you move the way a chess piece moves, based on which card you have in your hand. So if I click and hold this card, I can either move forward or attack diagonally. And if I click on this one, it's a little bit more complicated, but basically the same gist. And here on the board, above it, is our playing area. Now, you have to get rid of, eliminate, and destroy every opposing force on the board to move on to the next game, next board, next level. And in doing so, you only have 3 hearts, to start off with at least, and 2 movements. Now, here we go. The monsters, of course, lay out a damage area, and if you are in that damage area, when both your turns are up, you get damaged. You lose all 3 of your hearts, you start back from the beginning. Simple enough? Alright, well, for this first move, I'm actually not going to move at all, so we're just going to press this little discard button, discard our hand of cards, and our turns end, and we get a movement thing that happens here. Now, we can actually do something. So we're going to take this rook, move it forward, and this movement here says it moves infinitely. So if there wasn't something in front of me, it would move me all the way up to the top of the board. So up like that, and then we take this bishop and we move diagonally, and victory! Yay! I'm going to take another rook. So now, next level, more creatures on the board. I'm going to say... my hand gets destroyed anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I pick. I'm going to say... Yeah, actually, you know what? Yes, it does. I'm going to go like that, and up 1, and that is my turn. Everything gets blasted and whatnot. So, here's the thing. Because chess works the way it does, pawns don't move backwards. And you can't move backwards, you can only move forwards, unless you, of course, have, a rook, which lets you move backwards and forwards, or a bishop and stuff like that. So keep in mind, chess rules also still apply. So I want to get out of here, so move up 1, not in any danger, everything goes kablooey. Okay, we're going to move down, and then we're going to move diagonally, destroying that. Now, unfortunately, there was still a bit of backlash from destroying that last enemy, which means when an enemy is triggered, when there is enemies left on the board, and they attack, all the spots get destroyed. So you got to stay out of everything. But luckily enough, we have 3 hearts. We're fine. Victor, we'll take another rook. Ooh, new enemy type. Look at that thing. It's so creepy. All right, move up 1. And I'm gonna unfortunately get hit. That was... Oh no, I died. That's because there were overlapping attacks. Overlapping attacks matter. Shit, I keep forgetting about that rule too. Let's go again. Let's play this one more time now. Let's see. Well, again, didn't really get a good hand of cards, so we're just going to skip my turn, discard the entire hand. Everything is good. Everything is good. Knight moves like that. We're going to have to get ourselves out of there to not get hit. Knight's going to move like that, and that's going to be our turn. Discard the rest of our cards. Yay! Rook. Alright, definitely destroyed. Take a new rook. I like rooks. Rooks are very simple to use. And yes, you do get king and queen cards as well. Well, we can't move forward because... Well, we can move forward, but we can't attack forward, so we're going to have to go like this and like that. And that's our turn. There we go. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We're going to have to move left and up. No, that's right. Next, we're going to move down. Take that out. And horsey... Oh, no, we can't move that way. Why can't we move that way? Because we wouldn't have a place to go. So we're going to have to choose this one. Okay. We're going to have to move all the way down, and then... Actually, you know what? We're going to keep our turn. We're going to stay right there. We're going to move like that. We're going to take out you, and now we have a victory. Yay! Ooh. Queen for me. That's really good to start with. Right. Well, it's kind of a waste of a queen, but take that guy out. And let the others make their move. AI do their dues. That thing moves. And because the thing itself explodes, we're gonna just move diagonally that way. Alright, now we got our rook, which moves up to that, which now this enemy explodes into those other tendril beasts, which if I destroy, explode around me. So I'm actually going to stay still because I don't actually have anything around me that is dangerous. Now is not so much. Moving like that, they explode. We're gonna move like so. They move like that. I'm going to diagonal my way out of there. Bishop away. Move up 1 and move... Oh, no, not that one. Destroy. Yay! Victory! I'm going to take a heart this time. Extra heart. Oh, God, now we're dealing with ninjas. Yay. So, yeah, this is Pawnbarian. The link to this and all the other 2 games are in the description below. Hopefully you enjoyed this 3-card Monty, and also, you know, don't mind Monty. He's been staring at me the entire time. Stop it!